And just know, if I bought a book, you need to buy it too. Hey boo, and welcome back to my channel, She Read That. Hey, if you're here and you are enjoying the content, please take a moment and subscribe and like this video. Today, we're going to be reviewing a book, Before I Let Go, by Kennedy Ryan. First of all, this book has received 5 stars from your girl because it is A+++. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't realize that I was going to be feeling this book the way that I am, but I want to tell everybody about this book, and I want everybody to read it because it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. So this book was published in November of 2022. And some of the main characters are, well, the main characters are Josiah, Yasmin, Wade. Josiah and Yasmin Wade. They are a divorced couple. And they have 2 children, Deja and Kasim. Yaz and Saya, they have been divorced for 2 years, and the divorce came after 2 devastating losses, and the relationship just could not recover. Well, while they are divorced, they still successfully ran a restaurant called Grits in Atlanta, Georgia. This restaurant is very successful. It's a soul food restaurant with recipes from Josiah's mother, and they are running it. I think Yasmin, she does like some of the financials or something, so they're not like in the kitchen side by side or anything like that. But Josiah, he's like maybe like a general manager, or maybe he's like he's the head chef or something. I think he does do some cooking. So that's the relationship as far as the business part, but they are divorced technically. They have 2 kids, and so I do believe that Yasmin, the girl, is about 15, so she's like in that early high school stage, whereas their son, Kasim, is 13. I feel like he's like elementary or maybe middle school. That's the vibes I was getting there, and it's probably in the book somewhere. I just forgot, but they are. I just wanted to just reiterate that they're not babies, but they're not like adult children. Yasmin, she is supported by 2 friends, and they are so cute. You have Hendrix, which is a cute name, and Soledad. They're there helping her pick up the pieces because, as I mentioned before, there were some loss that were experienced early on before they were divorced. And so she does have a caring network of friends to help see her through those things. But later on in the book, after Josiah is starting to hook up with a newly hired chef at the restaurant, Yasmin, she has this epiphany that, you know what, I want my husband back. She starts referring to him as her husband, and he's correcting her, your ex-husband. Other people are correcting her, your ex-husband. What we doing here, sis? But so you can see that, she's wanting her husband back. And then it's also apparent that Josiah, he wants to get back with his wife. And so they switch off. You have the wife, she'll do a chapter, and then the husband, he'll do a chapter as well. And so it goes back and forth like that. But during Josiah's sections of the book, he talks about wanting to get back with his wife. So it's so interesting because both people want to get with each other, but they don't know that the other is feeling the other. But everybody else, except for their kids, can see that there's still something there. So that's so interesting to watch unfold. So after they decide to open up a second restaurant in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Yes, baby. That really hooked me in because, of course, I'm right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I loved hearing the references because we are constantly compared to Atlanta. And so that was perfect that they would try to expand their restaurant in the NoDa area. For all you charlatans and Charlotte transplants, that's where they were planning to open up their new restaurant. And so they had to take a business trip. It was a one-day turnaround, and they came to Charlotte. And when they got to the hotel, the whoever was putting together the deal, they only got the one room. So one room, and they were fussing, oh, we need 2 rooms, blah 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 blah, no goodness will. So they actually ended up staying in the same room, and you already know that's when everything really kind of sparked, and you know, it was apparent to them that the other wanted the other, and so that's how it really, the ball really started to roll. Some of the things that I loved about this book is the advocacy for therapy, because, you know, that is still a very new thing. I think this day and age, people are getting more and more comfortable with the thought of therapy, going to therapy, people using therapy as a tool to help them cope. But this book was a very huge advocate of going to therapy. I think the entire family, except for the daughter, was using therapy to help them cope with one thing or another. Another thing that I loved about this book is the love story. It wasn't corny. You know, it was, you could really feel the love and the passion between the 2 main characters, but it didn't go so far to be corny. And I love that, because that's easy. It's easy to go to the corny side. Let's be honest, y'all. But Kennedy, she did a great job straddling that fence. I see you, girl. Also, you know, where we at? It's Christmas time. And the book takes place in that time frame of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. And this right now is a perfect time to read this book because everybody's getting ready for the holidays, if you celebrate or not. And, you know, just getting into the book that really is doing the same thing. I love that for us. I love that. Next, I also love the teenage daughter. You know, she wasn't, she bucked back. She wasn't this get along type teenage girl. She was a true teenager, okay? She was giving them hell, and, you know, that's what they do sometimes. That's what they do. And the sex scenes, lastly, I love that. I love the sex scenes. They weren't over the top. You know how some books, they could just go scene after scene after scene, and it's just like, what? The sex scenes were very well placed, very tasteful, very steamy, I may add. But it was in a place where, you know, it's natural that, okay, this is going to happen. It wasn't awkward or anything. For me, it wasn't awkward. And if I could say anything about this book and a sort of negative connotation, then I would say when Yasmin's mom came to visit for, I believe that was Thanksgiving, she came to visit, and it was her mother was experiencing some Alzheimer's symptoms, and they just left it. I'm like, well, what happened to mama? Is she gonna be all right? What are we gonna do? So I feel like that part could have been breathed out a little more. I can't remember though the ending of the book. If I felt like they wrapped it up pretty good, so not sure if another book is gonna come from that. But looking at the internets, Beyonce's internet, this book is going to blow up. So I encourage you to go ahead, pick it up, read it, enjoy it during this holiday season. And just know, if I bought a book, you need to buy it too. thank you for watching another video. She read that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.